Welcome one and all to Challenge Road, a series where I take on challenges in different video games. And after my best friend Requiem told me he would beat Chain of Memories without slights and just swinging his keyblade around, it left me with one question. Can I beat Chain of Memories with only magic? So what exactly does the game consider magic cards? They are 7 types of blue cards used for casting spells rather than swinging your keyblade around. They often cost more than your average keyblade card as well. Their slights are unlocked when you get them, so that's one bonus. Now, friend cards and summon cards are different even though one of them shares the same color. Their distinction comes from the wizard enemy card, which disables the use of summon cards in exchange for a 30% bonus on damage and duration for magic and magic slights. My biggest worries come from my card points not allowing me to have enough magic cards before I deck out in most fights and the enemies that are immune to certain types of magic. I'll be starting with Blizzard and Cure, so with the right planning and use of the shop, I could have something of a reliable deck. I should have Fire pretty easy after the first boss, unlocking my earliest assurance. Now for the rules breakdown. I can only use magic in battle. This includes no friends, enemy, or item cards. Shop reloads are allowed. I'm already tying my hands, I don't need to be gagged too. We play Kingdom Hearts in the hardest difficulty we can around here. I started writing this before I got all the footage, so I don't know the final results yet, but I would like to see you guys' guesses in the comments. While we're at it, subscribe and ring the bell to keep up with Challenge Road on this channel. Finally, after the tutorial, I'm allowed to open my menu and adjust my deck. Hello, Blizzard. And goodbye all these attack cards. Excuse me. What do you mean I have to have one? Ugh, fine. We'll have this 1-0 keyblade. Its entire job is breaking and being here, nothing else, but the journey begins. The start is gonna be hella rough. I have to aim so accurately and reload every time I need to attack right now. I really need a Moogle. Finally ran into exactly the enemy to card combo I worried about. Can't kill an ice type with ice moves. This ended up feeling like the longest 7 minutes of my life. A lot of it came from learning when and when not to fire off the one single blizzard. The game refuses to give me more even after multiple room spawns. When card armor gets card braked, it would go back to a start point. Sometimes I had to not card break him so my ice shotgun wouldn't go 5 miles the wrong way. Most of the hand and feet phases didn't hurt that much, probably thanks to my leveling up 7 times entirely in HP, but it was the later half of the spinning body cards and my 3 recharge time that nearly got me in trouble. Though the jump blast in the end felt really cool. Let's go get the fire card now and keep hoping for a shop. Ugh. Forgot to hit the button about halfway through, but Axel having a weakness to ice makes this fight pretty straightforward. The very first thing I hit on the way out of the guard armor fight gave me a 9 blizzard card and I couldn't be more thankful for it. And my new 5 fire card. You know, I always wondered if these could spawn at different numbers or if the gifted cards are fixed. Went for Wonderland due to knowing the final boss would be weak to my larger number of ices. The new world is swinging a bit harder and card numbers are a bit higher, both things to look out for while trying to get a bloody shop card. I completely forgot about the playing cards fight, but thankfully due to the one more blizzard card I got before this fight, my multiple attacks kept me safe as long as the one bigger card didn't get to keep breaking me. Finally in a shop room, and it's time to go shopping! I'll take everything you have, my good sir, not a single blue pack unopened. Oh no, I can't buy them all. Well, fun fact, I don't need a single one of these dumb attack cards. Alright, and one multi-pack for the road. Now my deck actually has places to go, and I don't have to reload all the bloody time. I might even be able to think about slights. I'm really torn on using the premium cards right now. Might hold off on that for a bit, but also you can see I got a combalty for stop. Though it is another magic card, I'm not really sure it's gonna have as much use as I'd hoped in this deck currently. I took this fight way too lightly. My cards burned through way too quickly, trying to see if I could hit him without the table, and this fight is really just set up annoying. Blizzard only seems to like to blow up past him, so even Blizzaga didn't solve the issue. Though I wanted to restart, I powered through and ended up in a majorly hard holdout bout. It was supposed to be easy as pie. Pie? They serve pie? My god. The World 2 done. Woo. Well, there was a part of me trying to get my spells earlier with Gravity and Agrabah, but I have now learned I would be stuck on Iago, so now I'm gonna take the long way around to Gravity and see what specialized magic slights I can try to garner before fighting that blasted bird. But also it looks like Olympus fights won't be so bad. I used to have such a problem with this fight as a kid, probably not trying to use the card break system and just spamming slights or just not leveling up enough, but a few level 3 magics, and down falls Cloudo. So with a pocket full of ice, Hades is gone, and Sora makes his silly face before I can even register I need to pick a level up. Lol. Heading over to Monstro, the card numbers are getting a bit higher, and I'm having to throw around slights a bit more, so my focus now is getting cards and shop points to solve the overall deck problem. You would swear it's just every little other enemy that wants to be annoying and special by avoiding magic. Time for the Parasite Cage fight, and honestly, I don't even need the Mickey Mouse card I popped once, because unlike with Trickmaster, I realized I could just keep knocking him out and pot-shot fire from anywhere in the stage if I didn't forget to move after a minute. Overall, the fight was pretty easy, level 3 magic for the win. That was set up as a way bigger threat than it was. Yay Blizzaga, and good shot timing. Woo! My first fight in Halloween Town was pretty immediate, and those HP bars aren't getting any shorter. Level 3 magic's still getting me through, but I keep thinking about my amount of cards. Finally, another trip to the shop, and this guy just does not get what we are going for here. A full attack pack, please. Not like he gave me much better magic cards till I started selling my soul. Then he pops out with an 8 fire and a 0 ice. Me like you very much. And here I was worried the bag of bugs was going to be a problem with his stall tactics that he had back in KH1. Here the Mickey card does all the destroy the right dice for you, and then I just blasted him to smithereens. There was a point I worried I was burning cards, but mastering the break system solved that. And how poetic that the one last new 0 ice was the final blow on his candle. By the way, I just love Sora's cute little fang face. I've always wanted to cosplay Halloween Sora. Honestly, the design is a huge inspiration for Dbotnik. Alright, Agrabah, the problem child I have been avoiding. And it already starts with a problem I have to find a solution to. So not only is Iago as the final boss immune to magic, so are these little green buggers. So it's time to pull out a technicality and see if it works. Specialized magic slights. Magic in the name and magic themed, I'm going to turn various cards into pure magic spells, and that is the only way they are going to be used. Say hello to my magic spellbook. Don't worry about all the red cards. Mom just taught me some tricks when you weren't around. Not gonna lie, this is a one-trick pony deck of like 10 attacks. High chance I'm gonna go in here and have my hands tied immediately and try again with a mix of the 2 decks and then get enough card points to take on Iago with full slights. Okay, so this was a resounding failure. Fire and Blizzard Raid did exactly nothing like I thought, so I tried to throw Stop Raid, apparently don't have. Tried to throw Reflect Raid, definitely don't have. So I've now come to the horrifying conclusion that because Room of Rewards don't drop before floor 7, and I can't get past this green Requiem, I'm gonna have to go back and grind until I've reached the 7th slight and level 32. I'll see you guys in a hot minute. I don't even know if this is gonna work. I'm level 25, by the way. Somehow I had timed the level up perfectly, and as soon as I hit level 32, boom! Lethal Frame. Now we actually have maybe a chance at fighting the problem child? Okay, shorter deck, really gonna need to fix that. Level 3 magic, still check. Alright, now let's test Lethal Frame. Oh no! Wait, I hit him! Yes! The magic slight still works, I just have to be super hyper mega specific. Take Iago out in 4 hits. Oh no, I see the problem. Good lord, this place is really trying to take me out on the numbers of Heartless. I started getting worried I got sloppy with the lethal frames, but no green Requiem seemed to actually show up, so I just measured out my cards until the end of the fight. I also unlocked the other card. I said no item cards, but the temptation is so strong. I have a mighty need. I have every available lethal frame slide at the ready and the precision timing of some sort of mongoose. I go to swing on Iago and I can't really tell why it hits him different amounts of times. It's seemingly the same place, but at least I do damage. That is until I'm suddenly shooting blanks and deciding to throw the rest of my deck just to check it. Did Iago just take damage from fire? Hold on. Would people really do that? Go on the internet and tell lies? Cause Iago is about to be like the Tiki Room under new management. A cooked boyd! Beyond the laser and platform bad luck, I had no trouble with this fight at all. People should really get their walkthrough facts together, cause I'm steaming. On to the Angry Lady. Yeah, I figured I could just take on Lorixine with the same deck since it's all just blasting fire as fast as possible and tossing out lethal frames when in trouble, and I cooked Blondie good. Besides a few of her really fast hero cards and 1 or 2 big slights. You know what? I need a break. And some free unlocks. I'll see you guys next world. Between the unreachable chest and this Riku fight, I just remembered every reason I don't do Winnie the Pooh first. I knew Lethal Frame could tear through him, so I tried to avoid it, and ended up with this kinda cool dodge and recharge setup on him that just made me realize I should redo my deck. Lethal Frame is still my last resort for no magic damage enemies, so more spells is better right now. heading into Neverland to immediately get Glide, and went back for the chest in Hundred Acre Woods. It was Spellbinder. Who cares for this challenge? Lol. No one cares. Fighting here isn't feeling that much harder. In fact, I only ran into shadows the first time, so I went into another fight just to check on actual new enemies. More of the right aim and card use got me through pretty well. I got a key of rewards, and going back to Monstro seemed like the only slight that was worth it to me for this challenge. I hope you'll all forgive me for not having a 358/2 watch file on my PS5. Leaving your console on for multiple hours every time you put this thing in a new console is getting a little old. Just a little. Okay, so we got a lot of deck changes to bring up and not a long fight to do it in. So to start, I've done a bunch of shopping and gone to 3 premium rooms to entirely premium my lethal frames. They're a one-trick pony and should be treated as such, so my deck can have more magic. I have 3 big tricks at the front of my deck, all supported by premium cards. They're an Aqua Splash and 2 Faraga Burst. Both have been helping with a large amount of enemies, but not a lot in this boss fight, which, by the way, can you believe this old codfish resist lightning? What is that even about? Well, it took a bite out of him like that crocodile he's so afraid of, but that was only after I stopped falling for his 0 card tricks. No, like, seriously, he has a metal hook. Shouldn't that be like the lightning rod? He isn't a ground type. He would be water if anything. Okay, but they get it. Move on. Oh, hey, Riku, what's the haps, my dude? Why are we fighting again? I try to use my opening AoE cover, but he just eats through them with 0 play. So I spammed the level 3 magic into his cuts, which seems to be working barely enough. Then I started getting distracted outside my studio, and I let myself just start getting pounded outside of my control until we get our first death. I'm gonna need to either use the first of my deck different or start having a PvP deck at the ready. Alright, Riku, let's do this again. Moving around my card selection, I'm able to pull out way more Faragas and Aqua Splash him once after he's burned a couple of 0s. The boy is relentless though, and I'm tossing around cards just when I can, but near the end in his desperation attacks, it was all I could do to hold on. We had a real zombie about to kill the protag shotgun to the face moment with my last available Fyra doing the evil kangaroo bouncing darkness jerk in. Heading into Atlantica, I'm not really sure what to expect, but the humor of splashing around water and throwing fire at the enemies underwater isn't lost on me. Thought the guy was gonna be immune to thunder. This world just might be a piece of cake. I did not remember this fight a single bit before I walked in. I was thinking too much about the cauldron from KH1. Memories, always in some sort of chain. My usual AoE tactics actually helped a lot at the start of this fight due to her tentacles being required before hitting her, and in the end I saw one of the many weaknesses in my deck of having to rely on slights not only for my big damage, but most of my breaks due to the magic cards cost keeping my numbers lower than I would like. In the end, it was a Faraga to the face and a goofy look on sores before the final world of this set. Oh no, wait, Riku! Wait, nope. Riku, this floor? Really? Well, okay then. Another place, more heartless. Mostly just about continue to throw slight steps strong enough damage turn around, though I'm pretty sure wizards are here, so the lethal frames in my pocket are gonna show if they're enough to get me through fights or if I'm gonna have to pull out more. I would have thought there would at least be some kind of magic Maleficent was strong against or resistant to or maybe even heal from, but nah, I blew through her health bar with all of them. Heck, you would almost swear she was weak to all of them. Especially the fire attacks. I wonder what the end of this world set has in store for me. Ah, it's Vexen. Pfft, this will be easy. I just had a whole thing about wailing on an old person with fire. Ow, ow, 0, ow, ow, what's happening? Ow, ow, ooh, stop, ooh, but okay. So minor deck rework. I must be normally spamming lethal frame by the time I get to this geezer, because Faraga doesn't get nearly the job done I thought it did. I could really feel the burn of my low number fire cards at the pure ice cold mercy of his giant slights. But at least I burned to 0 cards. Way worse than Riku. So much worse. While I gave you guys the first Mario Party Challenge video, I was getting back to my old tricks in Twilight Town. And I'm really feeling those health bars, the almost required slights to get through. I'm also really feeling a hunger for more Thunder cards, because Shotgun Ice over here misses way too much, and the Faraga is only for 1 at a time. Well, after the worst Moogle pulls of my life, apparently they think you need a bunch of summon cards this high up. Hooray! I got reminded it was round 2 with Vexen, and oh boy, am I holding the wrong deck. Bro has way too much room to dodge me in so high a numbers once he's cut through me. I was frozen today! So let's go grab my boss deck. This nerd always wants to come at somebody with a massive arsenal of fire and he will always go down in flames. Faraga over and 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 over through his thick health bar. Playing dodge games with a 0 and large slight still, but this time I brought along 2 0 spell cards that served me quite well. Thank you for the suggestion, Rek, and at the mention of that name, go check us Be Funny together over on Rekbot. If you like my puns and voice already, he will only make the show better. I completely miscounted my world and forgot Destiny Island was left, so instead of heading up against Old Firehead, I had one last bout with Recuplica left. I still have a boss deck equipped, but it was now entirely ice, so I gave the boyfriend the cold shoulder and a few zeros to get through what could have easily been a bunch of helm-splitting headaches, and wow, there are still item cards to get. Sheesh. Alright, and time. This has been a sub-20 run of how to become a friendless loser in Castle Oblivion. Another pH test of the fights per world, and we have reached that part in every Kingdom Hearts where Dark Balls become commonplace, but strong enough magic easily puts these guys in their place. And I level up. I hate to say it, though. This has been the run to almost convince me to grind to level 99 and get that trophy. Darkside is a complete pushover here. Even with bringing in my normal fight deck, once I got lock on and focused on everything but Blizzard, it was a piece of cake. Like honestly, nowhere near his other counterparts. Roboticized Nation. I promise I know how this game works. I'm just really bloody silly and keep forgetting when Recuplica fights are. And keep going in ready to put Axel in the deep freezer, but I'm not ever gonna go down without swinging. So Blizzaga over and over and over and over, and this man will go down no matter how fast he is, or how hard his slights hit. I will freeze him to his very core. Game, I just want to fight Axel. He's this tall, slender guy in love with this Roxas guy, and he has spinny wheels, and he's really weak to ice, and not the biggest electric jerk in all of gaming. Who would sooner see me dead than have her own good day? But fine, Ice and Ice again, the magic that throws so many cards away because it can't hit anyone with its full power because of spreading, and I dodge, and I weave, and I throw ice, and there's this part where I accidentally summon Goofy, so it feels like trying to hold back your friend in a bar fight you know they shouldn't be a part of. Some more ice, good zeros, then Goofy accidentally gets in the mix again, causing the ice throw to be too slow, and bam, doing the fight again. Starting to think Axel's right before Marluxia, and my friends are trying to sabotage me by filling my deck up. Larxene is always on something. If it's not being an unbelievably awful person to be around, it's having to actually fight her. I came in with a modded version of the deck for Vexen, obviously with the Thunder replaced with Ice. Even when all the fight was hitting her with Ga over and over, she would still turn around and eat my health bar and just basic cards. To really master the card system or die here without old broken lethal frame. She hits hard and fast. Too bad for her, I rush duel. Ah yes, the arrival of the ever annoying to most Neo Shadows. I never thought they were too bad, but I already like regular Shadows, so maybe an easy pass for them with me? But they're gonna get a face full of fire against my unchanged boss deck. Oh boy, is one-on-one slow in this game, but my lovely surprise reward is the reminder this place has wizards and green Requiems. So I'm gonna have to make sure my lethal frames are at the ready. Hoorah. Yeah, these fights are about to be way harder. I can't practically do anything without the wrong color mage or wizard getting right up in my shot and healing themselves. I almost just have to ignore them till I've narrowed out the horde a bit. Leaving them to their own devices is no picnic. At least the level ups are looking like they will come easy for deck expansion, and maybe some more HP for the 3-stage boss. Went and unlocked the Raging Storm Slight, and it's doing me a lot more favors than Frogga Burst. The control of my movements and way more power in one swing just goes a long way in these huge HP horde fights. Might even do more favors on bosses. Finally freezing Axel! Finally freezing Axel! Finally freezing Axel, the big ol' fiery jerk. Yeah, learned this ice setup still has the problem of 1 or 2 slights coming out really low on round 2. But also learned the valuable lesson of you can't be much of a teleporting loser when I have a lock-on function. Get frozen, Fireboy. Oh yeah, final stats before Marluxia. 410 HP and 1,100 card points. Hope this is enough, cause I'm tired and stopped grinding like 5 rooms ago. Yeah, so Marluxia's a cruel monster and an unforgiving one at that. Without a safe space in front of him, I kinda just walked right into him punching me in the face and having no zeros, so the fight was just kinda over. Okay, so this fight did not give me a great vote of confidence. I mean, yeah, I'm shooting big fireballs and his health is going down, but again, every time an organization member gets their hands on me in a slight, I just watch my health bar disappear. Honestly, one of my misses nearly cost me this as well. I'm gonna be real careful about my placement of fire cards next time, but honestly, it's just this thing where round 2, all my slightly weak cards slam together and allow a break, so maybe even though I'm worried about them getting a hit in, it's less likely to break if I slide around my cards for a bit or two. But thankfully another fireball to the face and it's over. Just 2 more phases and we can call this challenge a win. Alright, second attempt because the first clip wasn't really worth mentioning, but I have a lot better idea of what I could and couldn't push this time. I have more than enough Raga to blast him pretty far down to the bottom of each health bar, and not letting him fly away when I shoot the big blast helped a lot to not waste cards, even if phase 1 still ended on a last minute blast. Mastery of what my zeros cards can handle, and finally using the shortcut system where you can mark a card to be the setup on the down button, and as long as you don't burn it, you can jump right to a point in your deck. The reload card also has this with the up button, but I never got used to it in the heat of battle. Heading into phase 2, I implore Mr. 52 pick me up over here, but he is stuck in one place and I can plow him with a bunch of damage, but the single minute he gets off a slight, you are left scrambling like a chicken with its head cut off. I had so many friend cards trying to get in the way, and one required attack card tried to do something near the end in the scuffle. Thankfully it didn't, or I would have had to restart. In the end, it was one single last Thunderbolt. A little 2 card scratching away at the boss's last bit of health, and I couldn't be happier. And that's how I beat Chain of Memories with only magic. Yes, there is the absolute distinction of having to put the caveat of Lethal Frame as a magic slight and the 1 attack card in the deck the whole time is a ridiculous measure, but for all intents and purposes, the challenge is won, and Sora can take a nap. And you guys can do all the nice things for enjoying the video, as well as check out Recbot_ over on Twitch. Currently doing a KH2 challenge run on Tuesday at 7 to 12 p.m. EST for most of the month, probably a little bit after too. Other than that, this run was hella tiring and kind of fun. Expect a Sonic video or Pokemon run after this, and with that, I hope you all have a wonderful evening.